favorite workshop presenters, always doing a fabulous job. And Altimese, I'm going to hand it over to you so you can talk a little bit about yourself.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Great. Okay, so hopefully, I wonder if there are a few people who have already been a part of the webinar series with the Ezer Agency. But for those who do not know me, I am Altimese Nichole, the CEO and founder of the Ezer Agency. We are an MBE certified PR and digital marketing firm. We specialize in everything from paid social media ads, social media consulting, social media management, public relations, website development, anything digital you can think of, we have tapped into it in some capacity. We also have a podcast now that launched earlier this year, the Ezer Mindset Podcast. And we have an array of experience with different clients in different industries. So we've worked in entertainment, publishing, directly with entrepreneurs and small business owners that are kind of like the brand, the face and the brand of their company, as well as larger brands. So we've partnered with Meta. We work with La Femme International Film Festival. We've worked with HarperCollins, and the list goes on and on. And then also, I love to give back. That's just something near and dear to my heart. So I am also the VCU Alumni Council, on the Alumni Council and the VCU Low Country chapter. So we do events all over the Low Country area, ranging from the Savannah area all the way down to Charleston. So super excited to just dive into this with you all. And here is our agenda today. So when you hear Meta, one of the things I want to make sure we kind of clarify at the very beginning is with the name change that Meta had, I want to say it was probably about a year ago. When they changed to Meta, Facebook stayed the same. What the name change impacted is the holding company of all of the brands, because of course they started Facebook not thinking, the goal wasn't to dominate social media. The goal was to create a platform where people can connect and build relationships with like-minded people all over the world. That was their goal. But of course, they far exceeded that goal, acquired brands, acquired social media companies, and they realized that there was confusion between Facebook Inc. and Facebook. So when you hear of Meta, Meta is the parent company that includes an array of Meta technologies, okay? So Facebook Business Suite is now Meta Business Suite. So we'll talk more about that in number one. We'll talk about, who has access to Meta Business Suite, when you should use it, where you can locate it, and why, at the bottom line, why should you even care? Why should you care about Meta Business Suite and any of its offerings and all of those things? And then I'll also provide you with some key takeaways. And just to reiterate as well, I love the dialogue as we go through the slides. So please feel free to, don't feel like you have to hold them. Just drop the questions in, because I see it, and I'm really good at just incorporating those questions in, because I want to make sure you guys don't forget, and I want to be able to address as many as I possibly can, because it could help someone else. So what is Meta Business Suite? So Meta Business Suite is the place, it's like a one-stop shop for business owners and content creators. If you are still managing your pages through Facebook, more than likely you're going to start to notice that they're requiring you to switch. And it'll tell you, you'll be able to view your page and all of that. But if you want to do any of the admin stuff, it's going to say, hey, you're engaged as your name, yourself. Would you like to work as an admin? If so, switch over. That's technically, integrating business owners and people who manage pages on the platform into Meta Business Suite. So Facebook Manager and Meta Business Suite are not the same. Facebook Business Suite and Meta Business Suite are the same. They just updated the name. But Facebook Manager and Meta Business Suite are not. So Facebook Manager is exclusively for the Facebook platform, right? So you can get to Facebook Manager through managing your business page on the platform. But if you go to Meta Business Suite, you have a massive amount of features, tools, insights, and things like that that usually isn't available just on Facebook. And it integrates all of the different platforms. So if you have Instagram, if you use WhatsApp for business, all of that's connected to Meta Business Suite. And for if you utilize potential influencers, they've been really working to get creators integrated into Meta Business Suite. So that is a way to connect with influencers. They have a whole different hub for influencers to essentially say, hey, I want to work with some of the brands that advertise with you. I want to make myself available for partnerships. And they're building out this platform, this hub within Meta Business Suite where an influencer can say they're interested and businesses can find the influencers directly on that platform. So that's in the works. I know at one point it is released, but I'm not sure how many people use it. I think that's the key. So they're trying to really push that. Awesome. Next slide. Okay, so Business Suite fundamentals. I keep talking about all of these great things that you can do within the platform. This is actually a list of the things you can do within the platform. So if you use a platform like Planoly, Hootsuite, Buffer, Facebook allows you the opportunity to create your content and schedule it all through Facebook Business Suite. So you have a platform that's already kind of integrated for their respective channels. So that would be Facebook and Instagram specifically. Although you can include Messenger in that. I think a lot of people kind of think of Messenger only for like personal messages back and forth, but there is a business side to Messenger, and you can run ads through Messenger. You can, kind of create a sales funnel for your leads that come in through Messenger, all through Business Suite. But you can create the content. You can edit the content. You can publish the content. You can also view your insights for Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, stories on both platforms, posts that are timeline, your sponsored posts, which are your ads. You can view all of that stuff there. And I want to give you guys some insight, okay? A lot of people don't realize this when they look at the insights on, let's say you're looking at your insights on Instagram for your profile. Anything that is organic content for Facebook, if you're looking at the analytics, it's actually going to be in Pacific Standard Time. The only time they modify it based on your location is when you pay. Essentially a paid ad. So if you run an ad and you're looking at the insights are based on your location. So it'll update to where, we're Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be Eastern Standard Time. But if it's organic content, it is all PST. It has always been like that. It's in the fine print at the bottom. So if you're looking at your insights and you're thinking like, oh, my best time to post is 6 p.m. That's 6 p.m. PST. That's not EST. So it's something to keep in the back of your mind. Managing content monetization. So this is for content creators. So if you sign up and you have an actual creator account, you can actually monetize on the platforms. You can get all that data in terms of your payout, how much they're going to, pay you. All of that stuff is in Meta Business Suite. You can protect your original content. In terms of making sure you have IP rights to it, as well as making sure you do not have to give out passwords and all of those things. For example, when I add people to my team, or when I get access to a client account, they don't have to give me any passwords. It's literally through the business ID of their account and the business ID of my business. And then we merge the two, they grant me permission. And then on my side, I add all of my team members through Meta Business Suite and then literally assign them to the client versus, you know, someone giving out a username and password. And, you know, depending upon potential turnover, when people leave, you don't want to have to worry about, you know, people still having access, or, you know, having issues with your password or anything like that. So they've kind of streamlined that for us. So that way you don't have to share passwords if you don't want, which I highly recommend that you don't. Manage conversations with your audience. This is one of the best things ever. I love it. Any message you get, whether it's in WhatsApp, Instagram, or Facebook, literally you can manage all of it in Business Suite. You don't have to go anywhere. And if you're one who's like, well, I don't want everything mixed in together, I don't want Facebook and Instagram comments and all of that mixed in together, they have tabs. So you can focus on Facebook only, Instagram only, or WhatsApp if you have a WhatsApp for business. And then also their messengers. So like the posts, you can comment directly from there for both Facebook and Instagram, and you can handle all of your messages there as well. You can enhance your content with sound. This is for content creators. So if you are a content creator, what they have done is kind of rolled you under Instagram's and Facebook, because now they do stories too in Reels. They've rolled you under the copyright, the music rights that Instagram has as a content creator. If you are a business, that doesn't necessarily apply. So you still have to go through the process of making sure you have the rights to use that music. And then also they have a gaming side, which a lot of people don't realize. If you're looking at this screen and you see Oculus and you're like, what is that? That's part of the gaming side. So that's connected to the metaverse. That's, you know, a really fun gaming system that you can buy. But content creators can actually utilize it to, you know, create their own gamification and things like that. So there's a lot of things. And honestly, I don't think this is the full list of all the things that they have integrated and they've kind of combined within Business Suite. But it is essentially to help you be more effective in reactive and proactive engagement on your platform, on the platform, and for your brands, and for all of the things that you're working on. If you create multiple accounts, you can manage all of them in there. So it's really designed to kind of separate Facebook, the platform, from business management, if that makes sense. So I'm checking. Yes.
Sorry, I have a question. I think I asked this for Facebook Business Manager also a year ago. So what should we be using this on our computer, or is there an app, or it's more computer driven, correct?
Yes. So great question. And it's going to be in a different slide, but I'll talk about it now. But they do have an app. So they have an app, and it is a completely different website. So you would go to a completely different website if you use desktop, or you would use the app. The app is geared more toward paid ads, but you can still, you know, there's one where if you just want to manage the page, they have a way, which is why they integrated the switch. So like literally, if you're on Facebook now and you have a business page, you can literally switch back and forth. And that's not just for Facebook, that's also for Messenger. So like if you have the Messenger app, you literally, it's a click of a button where you just go back and forth between. I can't see you guys, but I'm gonna see if I'll try and show you guys at the end, give us some time so you can see it. But it's definitely a toggle, but they allow that, you can use it on the app or desktop. But great question. And I see another question. It says, should I unlink my personal page from my business pages and each other? Apparently, I have violated a community somehow, but I don't know how, so my business pages have been limited. Okay, so there have been conversations going around about shadow banning. We even had a client where we were kind of like, did we get shadow banned? But as a Meta partner, they have reinforced time and time again that there is no such thing as shadow banning, like not from the algorithm's perspective. Now, as I'm saying that, what can kind of demote or deprioritize your content is if someone sees your post and they, you have that the three dots on the side, and if they click the three dots and they say, show me less of this. And then that's when Facebook says, why do you want to see less of it? And they'll say, oh, it's irrelevant to me. It's too spammy. They say what their decision is. That can deprioritize, because that is telling the algorithm, oh, people don't like it. Like, okay, all right, let's reset. Let's reset. Let's see if it's just this one person or if we get more. And if you get more of those, that's when, Meta will actually send a notification to you and be like, hey, like something's going on, that kind of thing. So there's not much of shadow banning from the algorithm perspective, but if someone reports your post, reports your feed, sees an ad and say, show me less of this, like that kind of thing can impact the visibility of your content. And your personal page, when you say separating your personal page from the business, I'm going to assume that you have two separate pages. So you do not use your personal page as your business page. So I'm going to assume that. If that is the case, they're already separate. They're not the same. So if that is the case, you should be okay if that was a community violation on you as a person and not you as a company from your brand page, because they operate completely different. And if it was on the brand page, that would be specific to that community. If it's like a Facebook group, right? And the Facebook group had deemed something inappropriate or something to that effect, that would impact that community, not necessarily the algorithm on the platform itself. And I hopefully that makes sense. But please feel free to give additional feedback if not. But that was a great question. So yes, anytime you have a business page, they're separate already. You get to it, right? But they have separated. Now, your personal page, if you are a content creator, you can switch your personal page to a creator page. That is something brand new. They've, I don't think it's currently available to everyone, but it is something that they are rolling out to where if you are a content creator, you can technically turn your personal page into your creator page. And by doing that, you can monetize your reels. They give you insights on your post and help you, to kind of build your brand as a content creator on the platform. So if you are a content creator, kind of keep your eyes out. They send it through notifications. In the same way you get a notification that someone liked your page, that's where you'll get that notification from. Okay. All right, next slide. Oh wait, before we go back, I'm sorry, Ellen, can you go back to the previous slide? All of these right above the Meta logo, all of those brands up there, that's what they call Meta Technologies. It used to be Meta Family of Brands. It's not that anymore. They call it Meta Technologies. So Meta owns Facebook, Messenger, and PS, Messenger's background, like the back end, is WhatsApp. That's why it's totally separate. That's why it's a different app. Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus. Okay. And if you're running ads, they also own Audience Network, and Audience Network allows them to put ads off of Facebook and on Google for different websites as it aligns to your brand. But these are the main brands that they own. So if you ever wondered, I remember at one point people were like, why is there a Messenger app now? It's because of WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is encrypted. So they couldn't just integrate it into Facebook Messenger. They had to literally pull it out of Facebook and make it its own entity in the same way WhatsApp is its own entity. So just something to think about. Meta is mama, and Facebook Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus are babies to mama. So, all right. Okay, so who has access to Business Suite? If you are managing any business page, a creator account, if you've boosted a post and you said, oh, I want to put $20 behind this, you have access to Meta Business Suite. If you have at any point said, oh, I want to put some money behind just to see what ads will do for me, not only do you have access to Meta Business Suite, but they have created an ad account for you. And it's already in Meta Business Suite for you because it has to live somewhere. So they're putting, if you just go on the app or you're on Facebook and it says, would you like to boost this post? And you've never went to Meta Business Suite and you say, yeah, I want to boost this post. They're going to create an ad account for you to even run that ad for you. And it will live in Meta Business Suite, okay? If default accounts are created as soon as you create a business page or boost a post on Facebook or Instagram. So that's essentially what I was just talking about. A lot of times when we work with our clients, that happens a lot and they don't even know what the ad account is. They don't know how to get to the ad account. And you can have multiple ad accounts. You can have a limited, like unlimited amount of ad accounts actually. And there are some advertisers that are like very intricate in how they create their funnels, where they create different ad accounts based on the funnel flow of their audience. And if it's cold leads, they're in one ad account. Once they become warm leads, they move to another ad account and so on. But that literally, if you are not familiar with how to run ads and leverage it and maximize it to its best, don't do that. Just have one. Just have one. Keep it simple. But that can literally, be a deterrent or something that could be in the way if once you're in the place of like, okay, I want to invest and I want to hire someone to help me with my ads, or I want to hire an agency for ad media support. If you don't know that you created an ad account just by default, we would be running ads in a completely separate ad account, or create a new ad account, or it would have to run through ours. And best practice is it always should run through yours, primarily because that's your data, right? So if you run it with an agency and you don't have that ad account, it'll fall under us. So we would have to then transfer that data to you. And it's just better for you to just grant us access. Let's see, another question. Would the less of this cause my business pages to be restricted from advertising? No, it would not. What would restrict from advertising on the platform would be anything involving, it would be anything involving where they deem it like propaganda to the audience, like not real news kind of thing, or putting out a perception that isn't what your business is. A lot of times people will create ads and in the copy, how they word it could actually trigger, it would flag the algorithm to be like, nope, we're not approving this because it's assuming something, or it is luring the audience to do something, and that's not what we want on the platform. So they're very sensitive to that. But no, if someone did a show me less of this, it wouldn't restrict you from advertising. one of the main things I can tell you guys, keep communication open. However you feel about the platform, you have a business. Because you have a business, there are over 2.8 billion active monthly unique users on Facebook alone. Put that to the side and understand that you have a purpose through your business to reach a specific audience and make sure your product gets to them, to be a solution or a delight or whatever your product or service is. You have to, like, Facebook and Instagram are giving you access to their people to do that. So I would highly recommend that anytime, like, read the fine print, make sure you're compliant. In Business Suite, they also tell you when you're not, and they'll give you information and they'll tell you how. So for example, Latoya, if you are restricted, Meta Business Suite will tell you why. And you'll have a flag on the account and it'll say your account is currently restricted. Get more details, and you'll hit view details and it'll give you all the information on how you can deal with it. So they want to help you, but also they want to protect the people, the 2.8 billion plus who are on the platform that they have to go to Congress for quite a bit to explain different things. So, so yeah, Meta Business Suite gives you that too. All right, next slide. All right, when should I use Business Suite? So, y'all, Business Suite can be used for everything. You can use it when you create your ads for Facebook and Instagram, or even with WhatsApp. If you run ads through WhatsApp, you can use it for that. You can update your billing, add your business information, verify your website, right? For Pixels. And Pixels essentially allows you to get the data from Facebook when they travel off of Facebook to your website and they're like browsing around, clicking on stuff. Facebook without the pixel can only give you what they did on Facebook. If you put the pixel on your website, it will tell you everything from like how they landed on your page from Facebook and where did they travel to, how many events, it'll give you all of that information. All of that is in Meta Business Suite, okay? Adding social media managers or agency partners to your business. This part is my favorite, but it's also the part that we literally have to walk people through because they don't realize that you can do this. There's a people side of it. So for example, when they first realized like, oh, businesses can really utilize this platform and it would be a benefit, a win-win to both of us. It's probably around 2013, 2014, when they created like the official business side of it. And at that time, before, you had to give your employer or whomever you were with information about your personal page. Through Business Suite, if the person doesn't have a Facebook account, you can still add them. Now, it would be a little challenging just to make sure they get the email because it might go into spam. They know how to approve that I'm a person on this in this for this page and all of that. But now, like, I literally, if I add someone to my team, I use the email associated with their Facebook account and just put that email in. It triggers an email to them. It's not even through Facebook. And they say, yep, accept. And then they're a person on my team. And then from there, I literally just say, okay, I have access to this page and this person needs access to this page. And I just do it that way. So technically, I don't even have to go to Facebook if I don't want to. I live on Meta Business Suite. E-commerce. So if you have product and you have IG Shop and Facebook Shop, which are totally different, two different shops. If you have those, you can actually manage your product, your e-commerce, your ads for e-commerce. You can do all of that in the back end of Meta Business Suite. It gives you it gives you analytics, it tells you what people view, abandoned carts, all of that good stuff. And a lot more, so much more. Let's see, I see another question. It says, the church page went live last year. Okay. They all look different as young adults. The post went viral. Okay. Scam, misleading people came to my account. They took it down and never responded. Okay, so one thing that it is getting, it is problematic. It's something that the hackers are doing more and more. So essentially, it's when, like, if you notice a friend that's already a friend of yours and they say, hey, my page was hacked. Can you help me get access? Anytime you get those type of things, question it. Because number one, you're already friends with them, right? Question it. Don't click anything. If you see something like my page was hacked in like in the unread, like on the main screen before you click it, literally don't even open it. Just press it, hold down, and it'll ask you if you want to just immediately put it in the trash, delete it, and then change your password. Change your password immediately. Because what that's doing is that it's a scam. So it's trying to get access into your account. And once they get access into your account and they figure out your password, they then change the password so that way you can't get in. That has happened to one of our clients so far. And she tried to actually negotiate with the scammer. You don't want to do that. You want to communicate with Facebook just to protect your account, because if they think that you're in some way a part, they'll shut you down and just say, nope, and you could be a legitimate page and a legitimate person, and they'll ask you for your driver's license and all of that stuff, but they'll essentially shut you down. Facebook alerted me that my pages were flagged. So if they said your pages were flagged, they meant the business pages, because they don't call, if it's a personal one, it would be associated with your personal page. If they're calling it a business page, and did they call out the page? Because usually they'll say, this specific page was flagged. Okay, so the page itself was flagged. So what I would do is go into Business Suite and check. There's a status, like a status section. Go to the status section, and any violations, anything that's kind of hindering either the ad account or the pages, it will be there. And oftentimes when you go on Meta Business Suite, it's kind of like a dashboard view of everything. If you do not see anything there, what I would recommend, and I wish we could like talk through this, but what I would recommend is there is a help desk, guys. There's a help desk for Facebook where literally you can like chat with them through Messenger. When you chat with them through Messenger, they, try and help you to the best of your ability. I will say this though, the for some reason, which it's not for some reason, I know, when you run ads on the account, you have access to that. When you don't run ads, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's like an offer or a feature that literally sometimes it's not available. Like it doesn't even show up for some people. And then, I run ads, so I see it, and literally you can just talk to them through Messenger and they'll help you through the process. But I wish I could talk to you in terms of like details. Message me later. Okay, I think there's one more. Yes, where can you find, yes, wait, who should have access? Did we go through this one? I don't think so. Okay, so who should have access? Yeah, we did go through this one, right? Yes, okay. Yes, we went through this one. When should I use Business Suite for e-commerce? It's okay.
My mouse is having a mind of its own here, sorry.
Look, technology has a mind of its own right now. So where can I find Meta Business Suite? Business.facebook.com. Y'all can put that in your browser right now. Business.facebook.com. And once you go there, that's Meta Business Suite. You get access to everything. You can get access to Meta Business Suite through the Facebook business page. So I just mentioned they're making some changes to where they're literally trying to guide people into Meta Business Suite, because so many people don't realize that it's totally separate. So they're literally utilizing Facebook, the app, to manage the pages as themselves, when in reality, they can manage it as the business in Business Suite. So like, for example, if you are on your phone and you open up the Facebook app, the 3 dots, like the little 3 lines on your profile picture in the little corner, if you click it, any businesses that you have connected, it's going to show under your shortcuts. But also, you're going to see right beside your personal page name, there's going to be like a rotating circle. That's where you switch. So that's totally new. That's something that they're pushing to get people to switch over, you know, and if you click it, it takes you to the business. So you are no longer operating in Facebook as your personal page. You are now operating as that business page. So you can get it through the Facebook, through like your Facebook page. If you are on desktop and you go to your Facebook page, it will request that you switch over. And if you are familiar with Facebook Creator Studio, which is another website, just type in Facebook Creator Studio. This is where most content creators lived. It was like the Facebook, it was like the business suite for creators. They are now merging them together because they realize like, hey, aside from the creators making massive amount of content, like, you know, 3-4 times more type of content and monetizing, it's kind of the same, because creators can run ads, creators can have e-commerce, creators need to have an EIN or business information. Like, they need all of those things. You can't just come on as a sole proprietor and not, you know, give Facebook any way of being able to send you a 1099 at the new year. They need to make sure they have that. So when they realized it was pretty much the same, they're merging them. When the merge will be complete, they have not disclosed yet, but when you go on Facebook Creator Studio, it tells you up at the top, this is going away soon, get ready. So there's a lot of changes in moving it to the actual business suite to make everybody, creators and businesses alike, will all be there. And then also there are apps. So the app that I have on my phone is, I want to make sure I tell you guys, Meta Ads. So if you run ads on either Facebook or Instagram, doesn't matter. You can have the Meta Ads, and let me see if I can see myself. Is there a way I can see myself? I want to show you, but I don't. You know how like you share a mobile device and it looks all glary and stuff. Let me see.
We can see you in the corner. Can you see yourself in the corner?
Oh, wait. Let
Change,
me
change your little.
change my view.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can see you.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, because you're presenting. Hold on, let me see. Standard. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to, I want to show this to you guys so bad. Okay, now I see myself. Okay. So if you go to your app store, Google Play, wherever you go, the ad app looks like this. So that's how you can tell if you have the right one, okay? There are going to be others, but just make sure it looks like that, okay? And then the switching that I mentioned, I'm on my Facebook. You see right there, that's that toggle. Let's see if I can do that. It's switching me. So now I am no longer operating as Altimese Nichole, okay? So they're making that more of a systematic thing, something that we should all be kind of very familiar with. And that also, like for managing comments and things like that, you can do it that way. Desktop has the exact same thing, by the way. And then for Messenger, here's my Messenger. My name is a drop down. When I drop down, I can switch accounts. Okay, and I can go to whichever account I need to. If I switch over, let's say I'll just pick a random one. It switches. And now all messages are from that brand. Okay. So that is something totally brand new. It's just to make it more user-friendly for the business owners, and so you can be more proactive with like managing your comments and all of that. And again, on desktop, you wouldn't necessarily have to switch because they put everything all in one place. It's beautiful. And you also have a place where you can label different things. You can put notes, you can assign things to different people. Like, it's a whole awesome thing they did for Messenger. So yeah, so that's where you can find it. All right, next slide. And I want to make sure, because we're going through pretty quickly, I want to make sure if there are any questions, please let me know, because Meta Business Suite is a beast. And it's very complex, but there's like, you can't break anything. I'll say that. You can't break anything. Like if you forget how to get to one spot of it, there's another way to get to it. Like it's all like a bowl of spaghetti. So why should you care about Meta Business Suite? This is where, if you have a business and you're managing a business on any of their Meta technologies, this is where you will be managing it. They are making it to where you no longer have to be on Facebook to manage a Facebook page. I personally think that's great because it helps you to remember that, like, hey, this is totally separate. You know, you have a personal experience and then you have a business experience. But this is where you will learn about all of the performance of your ads, the performance of your posts, the insights go deeper, all of those things. And I will say this, Meta is totally, yes, can I show the Meta icon again? Yes, Meta is totally made of human people, like totally. So stuff happens all the time. When they have new features, if it seems janky and it seems like glitchy, it is, because they release things when it's 80% done, and the 20% they want people to get upset and say what's wrong with it, because oftentimes when people are upset and they say what's wrong with it, they're also going to tell you how to make it better. So the product team takes that data and like improves the feature, instead of assuming that the audience, like, they know what their user wants. They release it, and they release it about 80% done, get all the feedback. That's why they often do beta tests. So they only release it to a certain group, get all the feedback, fine tune it, clean it up, and then release it to more people. The app is, and it's called Meta Ads, ADS, Meta Ads. And that's what it looks like. I have that little dot there because I have notifications. So it's just like a regular app. It'll tell you when you have updates to anything, or, you know, any changes, any optimization recommendations, because they'll give that to you. But just remember, Meta is made of human beings, and, you know, they have coding mishaps. We've seen where Instagram will go down for some reason. That's because they're working on things, so changing things and integrating things. The Instagram app, literally, they're changing a lot of the layout and the interface of it. So, you know, for some accounts, like, for example, they're adding GIFs or Giphies, depending upon how you say it, but they're adding GIFs to comments. So like my agency has access to like leave gift comments, which is phenomenal. But literally I don't, my agency does, but I don't have it yet. So just know that it's all a work in progress. In the same way we are in business and we are learning and we are evolving, Meta's doing the same thing. They're doing the exact same thing. And your feedback means a lot to them. There's a program that they have called Meta Business Leaders Network. So you guys Google that. I'm gonna see if I can put it in the chat. Meta Business Leaders, I believe that's what it's called. That is specifically designed for businesses. There is an application process, but those that are accepted into this community of Meta Business Leaders, they get access to beta testing. They have a community all within their own where you have access to Meta employees. They give you opportunities for press features if it aligns, like that kind of thing. So they're really trying to invest into the businesses and make it as convenient to you as possible. Okay. So next slide, please. I'm just gonna check Q&A, no questions. Perfect. All right, so key takeaways. Meta Business Suite is your friend. It's your friend. It's the one you didn't ask for, the one you don't want to admit you need. It's the one. Is it complex? Yes. Do you need it? Yes. Will you break anything? No. Should you play in it? Yes. Is it easy once you kind of get the groove of things? Yes. And again, you can't break anything. They've literally created different pathways, multiple pathways to one specific area. So like, for example, you can get to business pages in multiple places in Business Suite. And that's on purpose. That's so you don't get lost and you're like, where am I? That kind of thing. It is the one-stop shop for all things business and content creation. They have a planner in there, a scheduler. They actually have a campaign planner. And in the campaign planner, it's where you can kind of test content to see what it looks like, see how, you can build it out, see what the potential audience would be if you were to run ads and what your budget would be, all within a confined area where it's not live. So you can plan it all out. And if you like it, you could actually transition it into Business Manager and Ads Manager to actually create those campaigns for you. So they have so many things. Event Manager. So if you do events, and events could be anything from an actual event, whether it be live, virtual, or Facebook Live, Facebook Watch, those kind of things. Or they consider events like pixels. So like if you have a landing page, they call those events too. So the pixels live within Events Manager. E-commerce is connected to it. Insights is connected to it. And again, Creator Studio is connected, but they're phasing that out soon because they realize the two can indeed be in the same exact place and it not creators use the same things. They just make a lot more content than businesses. And as I say that, please know that the algorithm favors habit, consistency. So it's like a brain. So the quantity, the amount, the volume of posts that you put out, unless you are under a creator account. If you have labeled your account a creator account, this does not apply to you. It has a totally different algorithm. But if you have created an account that is a business account, that essentially means that the algorithm is not expecting you to post every single day. It just wants you to be consistent. Whatever you do, be consistent. So there is, we've had clients that post every day, and then we have clients who post once a week. And because they're both consistent, they both have a high trajectory of progression up. So it's about like the algorithm favors the consistency. I lean out of telling people to post every single day as a business because of those 3 dots, meaning if someone says they're tired of seeing your stuff and like, why am I seeing this again? Like that kind of thing. If they notify Facebook of that, it resets your algorithm because the algorithm is unsure. It wants to believe that it's putting the content out. The people who see the content love it. They engage with it. They get what they want in terms of, oh, I found this great business. It is awesome. So the audience gets what they want. The business owner also gets what they need, which is the customers, the audience, the sales. If at some point the audience says, why? I don't know, what is this? And tells Facebook to show me less of this. That's why the algorithm pauses and it resets. So I always tell people to be mindful of that when they're, wanting to post, unless they're a creator account. And on Instagram, if you are marked that way, they will actually kind of halt your engagement. You wouldn't be able to engage for a certain amount of time, and you wouldn't be able to post for a certain amount of time if you are flagged as spam. So just be mindful of that. And if you have any issues with your account, the better you manage and update your business suite, the better your chances of identifying the issue. Okay. And having Meta support. They are all about wanting to help. I think it's more of wanting to help those who take the time to remain compliant. So if you remain compliant in their community standards and their advertising standards, you check all the boxes, you make sure you're staying up to date with things, they're more apt to help you. They want to help you. They want to see you win. There are some pages, like for example, I want to say there's a Instagram creators, or it's called @creators on Instagram. And it's the Instagram creators account. Follow that account. It gives a lot of insight on how creators can leverage it, but some of those features are available to businesses. So they'll give all types of updates on Instagram through the creators account. And I want to say that they do the same with the @Instagram handle as well. So make sure you follow the actual brands on the platforms. That would be really helpful. And you, again, if you have a business account on any of the platforms that Meta owns, you can manage it all in Business Suite and never touch the platforms themselves. I actually do that more for Instagram. I do that more for Instagram. There are clients that I don't have their Instagram account on my phone. And I manage it, like the team manage the communities directly from Business Suite with no issue. And when there are issues, like I may have like one person with the account on their phone. So that way, if we need to push something out quickly or, anything like that, we can do that natively on the platform. But for the most part, Meta's literally making it to where you don't have to be on the platforms to manage your business. And you can still get all the things that you need to manage your business. And your experience on the platforms can just be personal. It could be your personal experience versus blending the two. So yeah, so that's pretty much, the updates on Meta Business Suite. Let's see, I see a question. This webinar has been great with a lot of information. I recently switched over to Digital Creator. If we have any additional questions, can we reach out to you? And yes. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm literally Altimese Nichole everywhere, branding. So I'm Altimese Nichole everywhere. And the agency is the Ezer Agency everywhere. And just reach out to us. And if you want a discovery call, feel free to ask. We'll connect and we'll figure things out. But don't be afraid to just dive into Meta Business Suite and just press around on stuff, look around. The place you should look first probably should be like business settings. So go to your business settings, make sure that all of the business information in the back end is accurate. there are times where Meta gives grants, and they will give a grant to you in terms of like a credit, because they can't give money. They can't give gifts, but they can give you ad credit. If you have ad credit, it would be within your business settings where you will see that Meta has provided you with ad credit to test different things. Check there first, make sure all your information for your business or for the pages are accurate. And then from there, I would go to the pages and go to page roles and check to see who has access to your pages. Check to see, just out of curiosity. One of the things, really quick, one of the things that we recommend brands do is, instead of having your business page connected to one person or have a super admin, literally create a Facebook personal page for your company. Like, I'll give an example. If your company's name is Sunny Chocolate Ice Creamery or something like that, create a profile for Sunny Golden. But it's a personal page. You create the personal page, it has a username and password. And then because it has a username and password, you can create Sunny as the super admin, which is not connected to a person. So if someone leaves the organization, if someone no longer manages the account, there will always be someone, maybe Sunny, but it will always be someone who can modify the admin access in the back end, or make updates, or connect with Meta, because they will request that super admin. They would want the information of the super admin before giving the information to you. Okay. So start there, go in the business settings, and then go into page roles for your businesses, and just check who has access to the pages and remove as needed or add people as necessary. And I hope this was really helpful.
Altimese, it was very helpful. Thank you so much. Great information as always. We appreciate it. And then she will be back June the 15th, cultivating an engaged community through social media, and then 2 more times the rest of 2023. So we are very lucky to have her the rest of the year. And then QuickBooks will be here next Thursday. Chuck Emery, Accounting 101 and Entries. And then just Google, Grow with Google is back. Deming Bass. He's going to talk about Google search and Google Maps. And then we have branding essentials for the small business, intellectual property protection. So important. Doug was here earlier in the year, so he'll continue his discussion. And then we're bringing back our veteran entrepreneur workshop series starting at the end of April. And request a mentor if you need one. Our services are free, local, personal, confidential. We can meet in a variety of ways and help you. And we are looking for volunteers. We need mentors. We need workshop presenters. We need administrative support, people behind the scenes. And there's an immediate need for Spanish speaking business mentors. So you can visit our website for more information on that, or email me and I can lead you in the right direction, because all of you do have my email. And follow us on social media to stay up to date with our most recent happenings. And we are powered by the Small Business Administration. Thank you again for attending today. Everybody have a fabulous Thursday, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks, Altimese.